everyone, it's Maylee Moore and I'm going to take you on the prepping journey for a 4-foot grace table today on the Vegas Strip. So we're going to start with prepping all of our cheese. Let's get into it. We're going to do a manchego slice first. As you can see, we have this big manchego wedge and this slicer. We also have a commercial slicer which I'm going to use to cut it into smaller pieces, but let's show you how to cut this wedge into smaller, beautiful, even slices. So first we're gonna take our slicer. We're gonna make sure that the manchego is at like room temp, so it's gonna be easy to slice into. And we're gonna slice it into 3 even wedges. We got our first wedge. It should be as easy as that. You can see this middle one is a little bit thicker, but it's completely fine. Now we'll take our commercial slicer. We got this one off of Amazon. If anybody wants the product link, we can send it to you or comment. It's this brand. All right, I'm gonna show you guys just how easy it is. You place this manchego in there. Make sure it lines up where you want your slices to be. We don't eat the outside pieces, so we don't need those. So easy. Perfect, even slices. These we can discard. So what happens here, there is like a little bit of residue. Just slide it off. Put the next one in. Same thing. I'm gonna line it up where we want. Perfect, even slices. Now let's do our last one. And there we have it. 3 beautiful even slices, wedge of manchego. These are gonna be placed in zigzag on our table. You guys are gonna see that later. It's gonna be beautiful. Right, now this will be packaged up. This is what we're gonna take later for the table. We have 4 different cheeses in here. We have manchego, spicy Gouda, goat cheese, and the purple Merlot cheese, which is super delicious, already sliced. All right, let's put this in the fridge. The next cheese that we're gonna do is pretty messy. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get the perfect slices for the cranberry and cinnamon celebrity goat cheese. You can use this technique for any goat cheese that has like an outer coating, especially when it comes to these where it has like the little berries on the outside. There's also the flavor of, what was it? The blueberry and vanilla goat cheese one. Incredible, so good, just very messy. Like this one, for example, super easy to cut. It's just the plain one. This one, you guys are gonna see the difference. So let's get this open and we'll get started. You wanna get it open and you wanna put it directly, on a paper towel. So, oh my gosh, look at this freaking giant thing. I'm gonna take the log and put it just like that. All right, you guys, so we're gonna pat it down. We are going to pat all of that excess juice away. So what we're gonna do, we are actually gonna take a piece of foil and line it at the bottom. We're gonna line it at the bottom so the first layer of cheese has protection. All right, let's go. We're gonna take our slicer. Our slicer is our bestie today. And we're gonna slice it down. We're gonna try and get a little bit of, I would say like half of an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch slice. Look how much excess comes off and look at the piece that we're left with. So this piece is beautiful. This is how they're usually gonna come out. Even if a lot of like stuff looks concerning like this, don't worry about it. It's just the outer shell. It's bound to come off. You guys are gonna see now we have to clean this, make it sharp, and just press down really fast as you can. We're left with a slice like this. So you guys can see how it can be a little bit tricky. There's gonna be a lot of stuff afterwards left out. Some people say that the best technique for the goat cheese is to let it freeze for a little bit, which definitely you can do. I have done it, it works. Just don't leave it in there for too long or else it's gonna not work as easy as you thought. How messy this cheese is, you guys, but it's coming out beautiful. We're getting some nice slices. Put that in. Perfect. Okay, now let's put our second foil on. We don't want them to touch each other from layer to layer in case anything spills. The white part is gonna stay white and it's not gonna be dirty. And when we're gonna stack these all together, they're gonna look super beautiful. You're gonna see mainly the top of the outer and the white goat cheese. We have around half of a log left. Going. Couple more pieces. And there we have it. Our cinnamon goat log is cut. I'll put a piece of foil. All right, and this is all going to be discarded. All right, the next cheese that we're gonna prepare is one of my favorites. It is super delicious and it comes kind of like this in a big block. Now we have our slicer. You could use a knife, but it is a lot easier with this. This cheese is pretty messy, so let's just get right into it. I'll show you guys how to slice it. So this is how I like to do it, but you could do it anyway. I like to take the slicer and then cut these cubes into even smaller cubes. Just gonna make it a lot easier. You're gonna see why. It's okay if some are like a little bit thicker than the other. You can kind of see how messy the cheese is already. What we're pretty much gonna do is just break it. break it apart. It's so easy, break it into big clumps. Once they're in big clumps, you can take them and do smaller clumps. You can kind of see now that the smaller clumps are like the perfect size to take a bite and put it on a cracker. This is pretty much how they're gonna look. They look so cute and they look so aesthetic also on the table. Last piece, put that one back on there. If you see any like big pieces, just take it, boom. Okay, these all look pretty good to me. All right, so we have some more cheeses that we're gonna continue to prep. First one is actually gonna be this interesting one. Irish Porter cheddar cheese. I've been wanting to actually try this one myself, but it is for our client, and I'm gonna cut it into nice, even slices. Or maybe I'll do cubes with around like that. I'm gonna decide once I open it. Look at this beautiful marbling. Makes me think what we should do with it. I'm gonna do cubes. I think that's gonna look nice. So we're gonna cut it like boom, boom, like boom, 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 like we did the other one. All right, let's go. Gonna look nice. This is how it's kind of gonna look on the table. I'm obsessed with this marbling. I'm gonna try this little piece. I'll try it for you in a second. And these are all gonna be our cubed pieces. Now I'm gonna try this one. Now this is good. Wow. All right, let's put this in its container with all of the cubes. And that's how we're actually gonna set it up at the table. So it is gonna be super beautiful. We're just gonna have to make sure that they all fit there. Okay, so next we have some more room in this box. We're gonna continue to put another cheese in there. We're gonna put 2 Boursin. Love these guys. We're gonna put the garlic and fine herb, and we're also gonna put the shallot and chive. So I'm gonna open these. I'm not gonna open them fully, but I am gonna open them to the point like this, where it'll be really easy to open it when we're there at the event. Like I said, we are doing this at the Paris Hotel in Vegas, so we are gonna be doing it in a suite, so we have to have everything easily accessible while we are making the table. So we're gonna open these. Have some more goat cheese that I'm gonna put. I'm gonna Okay, so I forgot to record myself talking at this part, but here I am cutting the brie. What we're gonna do with this cheese is we are gonna cut it first in half, then we're gonna cut it into fourths and make sure that we're gonna get the perfect, most even slices to put kind of like a fan. You guys are gonna see. It's gonna be super beautiful. Brie is one of those cheeses that has to be cool when you're cutting it. If not, it's gonna kind of stick together and it's not gonna let you pull apart. I mean, look how easy these brie slices are able to be pulled apart and just be able to be stacked beautifully like that. I'm actually doing around 3 to 4 pieces on each design. That way it's gonna be just ready to take apart and put on the flat lay spread that we're doing today. All right, now let's move on to our little Gouda wedge. As you guys remember, we did do a spicy Gouda earlier. They are about the same size. These ones have to be at room temperature for you to cut into it easily with the wire. So here I am just getting that cheese open and we are about to start cutting it. So we're gonna cut that outline with the wire. We still wanna keep a little bit of cheese on the wax. That way it's gonna look beautiful and it's gonna hold its shape as well. We're gonna put it in just like that and then slice our cubes from the cheese. Now we're gonna cut this into smaller cubes. They're not gonna all be the same size. That is okay as long as it looks pretty and you get all of those cheeses in and nothing goes to waste. Here we are folding our salami into a beautiful salami trail, and this is also going to be ready, perfect for the spread.